So Jen is standing by talking about the first female. Is it the first female referee in a Super Bowl? Is that what it was? Yeah. I wasn't sure what historic moment it was. So Jen said she's dealt with this as a female. Were you have you done football before, Jen, or baseball, or all of it?
Hey, good morning. No, just baseball, softball, and a little basketball.
Okay.
I dealt with this in baseball. I was very involved in the youth rec league back when my children played, and always thought I was a better umpire than the guys in the field. So I was pretty vocal in the stands and as a coach.
Yeah.
And that's a shock to most of my friends. But so I was approached by our local rec league president and the UIC for Dixie Majors one afternoon. I had called some rec league ball when they needed an official, et cetera, and they had faced a lawsuit in South Alabama for not having a female official. So he asked me, would I be interested in, them training me, working some local AHSAA games, getting in that way, even some U-Trip major playoff events, et cetera. And I asked him very pointedly, are you doing this because I have boobs? And he said, well, yes, absolutely we are. We need a female. And I said, well, I'm not interested. I want to do it because you see potential in me.
Right.
And, he said very pointedly, go and take this opportunity because you have boobs. Stay because you're good.
Right.
So I did that, and I was very fortunate to have some great experiences over the last 5 years, 20 years ago over those 5 years, and be able to do some things that females in North Alabama had not done. A friend of mine and I traveled the circuit. We're the first two females to call a U-Trip World Tournament, and great for us, for our families, but not because we were women, but because we worked hard and we were good.
Yeah, merit-based, your opportunity, and that's kind of what we talked before. Look, maybe we need to give more opportunities. I mean, it's obvious, but at some point it has to be on merit, and that's what you desired, and I think that's what everyone desires. They want to keep their job and do the job and be asked to be on the crew because they are one of the best at this particular job, regardless of gender. Of course, Bubba makes a good point. One side is telling us we can't even talk about gender. Another side is telling us to celebrate the female gender. It gets really confusing. But, like the guy called up a minute ago, that was terribly inappropriate for him to say just because she has blonde hair and a ponytail, he calls her a bimbo. So this kind of attitude that men have, that's got to be worked on too, because, my wife is blonde. If she was down there, she might be in a ponytail, but I assure you she's not a bimbo. So when you have these kind of men making those kind of comments, that doesn't help. But I think it is a conversation that we can have that says, let's not patronize women. Let's not patronize minorities. Sometimes the very people that they overdo it. You know what I mean? As opposed to just saying, here she is, she's on the Super Bowl crew. She's earned her way out here. We think she's one of the best that we have, regardless of gender, and she is making history tonight. But then what do they do? Oh, she may be the very best. I mean, she's just so outstanding. She's so good, and you're just almost like, hey guys, it's okay. She's on the Super Bowl crew. She must be. Yeah. So let's just leave it at that. We don't have to, because I know from your point of view, did you hate the patronizing? Because I think I wouldn't like it.
I absolutely did. It infuriated me when they said, "Oh, we got a woman. No, you have a trained official."
Right.
You have a trained official who takes this seriously, who takes the game seriously, who loves the game, who wants to see you play well, and play safe. Has nothing to do with me being a woman. So I did resent that, and I still resent that even in the workforce. I work in a manufacturing environment, and I'm where I am because I worked hard, not because I'm a woman. And, I also, as I mentioned to the screener, I'm not one of those women who feels like women are created equal. I very much believe that God put me here on this earth to be a helpmate. But there are certain situations that if I put myself in, like going to the classes and going to the schools and then in a man's sporting environment, I do have to put up with a certain amount of blonde bimbo jokes, right?
Right.
They are inappropriate, but again, I allowed myself to be in that environment. So I think women have to take some responsibility.
Got to toughen up a little bit. There's no doubt. I don't know that I would want my wife in a football environment because I've spent a lot of my life in a football environment, and
Sure.
it's not exactly the time when men are acting like gentlemen. and I have a lot of respect for the female gender. And you said equal. I think what you meant was same, because men and women are equal, but they're not the same. And
exactly that. Yes.
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying. And
Jen, I want to hear how you ring somebody up when they strike out.
Yeah. Are you vocal?
I'm very vocal because, I was taught you got to sell it, right?
Oh yeah.
Out.
What about here it is? I just painted the corner. Are you like, yeah? Or do you go?
Yeah, oh no, I'm like, got it, man, got it. I was very vocal because I enjoy the game. I love the game, and I want to tell you a quick anecdote about a senior in high school. And thank you for taking my call, by the way. He had his pitcher was struggling, right? He was doing well framing, and I gave him everything I could, but there was one that was just so outlandish. And so I didn't give it to him. Well, on the next pitch, he dropped the mitt on me. And, boy, I mean, it hit me in the chest and rang up my jaw, and I saw stars for a minute. And I called time and dusted the plate. And he stood up, and I said, young man, stay right here with me for just a moment. And he squatted down, and I said, if you do that again, I will throw your ASS out of here. Don't be confused. And he said, you can't do that. I said, try it one more time, and you'll see. And, we didn't have a problem the rest of the game.
That's it. Yeah, well, see, we say this all the time, and you sounds like you did a good job. And I've said it before as a coach, when the officials don't take charge of the game from an authoritative process, it'll turn chaotic, and I'll look and I go, this is on you. You've allowed this to go on. And so because you have to cull it. Because if you don't, it gets out of hand. So that's
and they'll eat you no matter what your gender, right? Yeah. That's the way it is.
That's true.
Hey, gentlemen, I love your show. It's uplifting. Enjoyed it for years. First time calling in, being brave enough to do it. I appreciate you taking my call, and God bless your family.
Well, thank you, Jen.
Jen, we'll see. You're out of here.
No, outside.
Do you like the umpires that let you know? No, that's high.
Just a bit.
Yeah, I'd rather they do that.
Give me some idea what was wrong with that.
Right.
No, it's down.
Because I'm dying over here to know what's going on.
I will tell you this. It's amazing to me how the height of the umpire does move their strike zone around. The tall ones call a higher strike zone.
Yeah.
They just can't get down there.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to. I couldn't play up high. That was a dangerous area for me, man.
The few times that I umpired like youth sports, I had to really stop because I would get excited about a great pitch too early, and then the batter would think, I guess I need to swing, and he'd hit it. The pitcher's like, don't start hollering, right there.
Yeah. When he released the ball, you go, yeah.
I don't know if you remember this, but we had a female ref in basketball in youth league. Teed me up for cussing.
I remember this, and that? Mom was furious.
Yeah, and then my female mother got me when the game was over.
Well, how old were you, Greg?
About 12.
And, do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I know exactly. I said, it starts with S.
Yeah.
It's under the basket, and something didn't turn out right, and when everything gets quiet at the wrong time, and it just echoes. And that female ref was in my face, went, and then I was like, uh-oh. And then I looked up the stands, and my mother was staring a hole through me.
Snapping turtle look.
Oh. Yeah. But, that's my experience with the female. But it's a good call on her part.
It was. You know what? She was taking control of the game?
I may not have been 12. I may have been 10.
I was about to say, I don't think you were 12.
I think you stretched.
Greg, if you're playing for the Trotters at Oxford Civic Center, you ain't 12.
That's who it was, right? I wanted to crawl up under the chair.
10 at the oldest.
Just give me that. Yeah. I told her to go iron somebody's shirt.
Greg, don't be like that. Not at 10.